Hey, you guys, and welcome to Sex Talk with T.Graye right here on WEMS Radio. It is Turn You Out Tuesday, and I plan to do just that, you guys. I'm turning you out on comedy. I'm turning you out on entertainment. I'm going to turn you out on some other things tonight because I got two heavy hitters in the building. Super excited. You guys, first and foremost, my guest tonight, comedian, vet in the game, OG in the game. You all know him, love him. He does the jack of all trades. He's a producing his own shows, you guys. He's done a one-man show. He travels doing comedy. Look, I don't know what else to tell you. All I can say is Michael Colyar's in the building tonight, you guys. So I'm super excited. And I have a special surprise for you all. I brought in a super secret co-host tonight. One of my most favorite and definitely iconic actors in our community. You guys love him in everything that he's in. I would give a hint, but I'd be giving y'all too much. I got Clifton Powell as my co-host tonight, you guys. Come on in. Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me as my co-host. Super secret. People didn't know about it.
I'm glad to be here. I'm in my car, so the lighting is pretty bad, but we're going to try to make it work.
It's okay. Look, people just be happy to see Pinky. They just be happy to see you. So, co-host, we have a fantastic guest. I'm going to let you take the helm and go ahead and introduce our guest tonight.
Okay. Well, everybody out there, this guy I saw when I first got to LA almost 25 years ago or so. He was performing out on Venice Beach, and he was killing it. He was killing the crowd. And I said, if this guy can hang in there, man, he is going to be a working actor, comedian, have his own show, doing all the things that he's doing right now. I mean, he held everybody captive for he was out there every weekend, every day almost. And, I was new to LA, and I was like, man, this guy's amazing. He's an amazing comedian. His name is Mr. Michael Colyar. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
You got better lighting than me, man.
I can't hear him.
We can't hear you, Mike.
Cat Daddy. I can't hear you.
Can you hear us now, Mike?
He said his mic is on. Oh no, Prophet, is it something that you could do in the background to see what's going on here? Look, he done put on his pinky ring and everything.
He's going to have to log back out and log back in. He must have got a call in the interim. That's why we can't hear him.
He said, I did. Okay. Oh, he went and got dressed for me, you guys. He went and got dressed for me, you guys. Now, I don't know if you all keep up with Michael Colyar, but he has a morning show that he's been doing, and it has been absolutely fantastic, bringing some of the best names in entertainment to you all on a very personal level. First things first, we were going to get into some relationship stuff today. And so, Clifton, you have brought up a very interesting point. And I think that a lot of people look at entertainers and think that when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationships, everything is kind of, smooth sailing for the most part, or they have the notion that if you have the money, things are supposed to work out. But that's just not the case. Michael, can you hear us?
I could hear you before. Could you hear me is the question?
No, but hey.
Hear me too, Cliff?
I can hear you now, Mike. What's up, baby?
Oh, you can hear. Oh, excellent, brother. You're one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. It's a pure treat to see you, sir. As much of you as I can see, since you like in that dark, so like matrix.
But I'm in my car and I'm driving and I had a long day, man. I'm baby, be careful. I'm down in Atlanta. I'm working in New Orleans, so
what y'all doing? You talking?
I'm speeding. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what y'all doing? We can hear you. That's the
The
point.
sound's going in and out, Tiff. Okay, it's all good. I'm driving, and I'm driving a little reckless, so just hang in there with me. But I didn't want to miss tonight, so I got to improv, baby.
Got an improv.
We're talking about, Mike, you started, your comedy. I told Tiffany, who didn't tell everybody, that's my cousin right there, but it's all good. That pinky little cousin right there. But she ain't say nothing. She don't,
Look, you on here calling me Tiffany.
she don't want to play the,
Look,
flashy mic.
it's T.Graye to these niggas.
So, how hard was it as you start, building your reputation as a wonderful comedian, making money? Because we all started out there broke as hell, and we all got married. How did you juggle the fame and the notoriety with the money and saving your relationship or not saving your relationship?
I don't know how well I juggled at all. I've continually worked towards my craft, but doing my craft, I spent plenty of time getting high, doing crack cocaine, which threw me off my game, which it didn't throw my game off. My game was always great, but my opportunities was thrown off because, you put your life on hold when you're getting high. So people who came up after me went ahead of me, and they rich enough to pee cream, and I'm still a day player. So I don't know how well I juggled it. I know that I still do what I love to do, and I think that when you're doing what you love to do, even if you break even, you're ahead of the game, but I had to do that 23 years with crack before I got this 10 years of sobriety. And I think that God let me take that trip because he know I'm going to talk about it. So now it's in everything I do. I talk about it. It heals people. It gets me on shows. It allows me to create things. So I think what we do is we try to remember the most important thing, which is God. So if you keep God first, everything's about family and God. Sooner or later, you sort everything out. Sooner or later, everything works itself out.
So let me ask a question, Mike, real quickly. Let me ask a question. Let me interject. Do you think the fame hurt your marriage and starting to make money? Or do you think the crack and the substance abuse attributed to you, going through the tribulations that you went through in your marriage, in your relationships?
I think crack cocaine had a big effect on my relationship, a negative effect on my relationship. I don't think fame, I've never been famous enough for fame to affect my relationship. But substance abuse did. Getting high did, because it makes me make the wrong decisions and be at the wrong place at the wrong time and be with people that I shouldn't be with. I find myself in motel rooms some nights with people I generally wouldn't talk to on the street. Amen. So it certainly had an effect, a negative effect, because I think that if I stayed sober, I would have been clearer on where I was going with my career and my relationship. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, just so people understand, the divorce rate in Hollywood is 90%, and we're seeing, we're seeing some of the stars that we know on the next level, Kardashians, Jennifer Lopez, who I worked with years ago when she was a fly girl, going through their tribulations. Ben Affleck, who I worked with on a movie back in the day called Phantoms. I've gone through my own, divorce. And I often tell people it cost me about $5 million, and I learned a whole bunch of lessons. So it's not easy to juggle notoriety and trying to take care of your relationships and your kids and be there, because oftentimes you travel. So I just wanted to get your take on that. So that's
earlier today, I had a conversation with some people about a relationship with a celebrity. It's not no regular shit. It's different. A person who is in a relationship with a celebrity have to understand all the stuff that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? They can't be jealous. They have to have thick skin. They have to understand that the celebrity is often not going to be there because he's going to be somewhere else creating the magic he creates, but still that he's a human and goes through the same trials and tribulations of other humans. So when he comes home, he still is going to need to be able to have that nurturing and that loving that keeps him on track. So it's not an easy thing. I think wives of especially superstars are superheroes, man, because they go through everything and they stay on post. I mean, my last marriage lasted a long time. I was with her 28 years and married for 24, you know. But when a thing is over, a thing is over. And the overness of it was not about my addiction. It was just like I wasn't as happy as I wanted to be. You know, I wasn't miserable, but I think that happiness is our birthright. And it's on me to get that. My wife didn't owe me that. My mama ain't my best friend, ain't my kids. It's on me. And if I don't get it, shame on me. And so I wasn't as happy as I wanted to be. I was living in a huge, beautiful home with the pool and the view and all of that. Everything I looked at was beautiful, but I wasn't happy. So I'd rather live like in the backseat of a car and be joyful than to live somewhere and be living in an existence that doesn't thrill me every day. Now I get up every morning. I'm on fire every morning. I can't wait to start my day, brother. I can't wait to go sleep tonight so I can start tomorrow.
Hey, Mike, let me ask a question. Mike, have you remarried?
No, I haven't, but I'm with a goddess and a queen named Kelly. We've been together 9 years. We're thinking about it, you know.
Miss Fine as Frog Head.
Oh, she fine as frog.
Miss Fine as Frog Head.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Powerful goddess and just a great person.
Mike, real quickly, break down what you said about being a woman, being involved with an entertainer, and some of the things that she has to deal with, i.e. jealousies, you know, the attention that that person may get, you know, holding down the house when that person's on the road, those kind of things. Break that down a little bit.
Well, you know, all that kind of stuff could be difficult when first of all, a woman is at the house. And you know, my woman always reminds us she's the CEO of the house. And that's a good thing if she sees it as a good thing. But if she sees it as she's the housekeeper, that's not a good thing, because, you know, no one wants to be the celebrity housekeeper except the celebrity housekeeper. No wife wants to be it. The wife wants to be the wife. And we really should always put our queens on pedestals and drench them in everything great. But a lot of times we get off on our mission, man. We be doing like you, dude. You from movie to movie to movie. So I imagine you spend an awful lot of time in your script. A lot of time you have to study, run lines. So it's a lot less time we can spend with our spouses, because we have to spend it on building the career that we're building and doing the public social interaction that we do. And sometimes in that social interaction, there's great, beautiful people around us too. And if a woman is not really secure in her relationship and in herself, she can be intimidated. She can get jealous. She can see things that aren't really there, you know. And sometimes we mess it up because the shit really be there. Sometimes we fall for the temptations, you know. Sometimes the beautiful woman shows up with the apple and nigga want to take a bite, you know. So all of that is about a juggle, though, man. It's about
that's an expensive bite too, Mike.
Oh, it's an expensive bite. When you said $5 million, whoa, my whole body shit.
Listen. So
let
me jump in for just a second.
Like I said on the Wendy Williams show last year, when I was on the Wendy Williams show, I got caught up in that lifestyle out there, you know. And I remember you saying, Mike, the other day, you said, man, I used to think you was just out partying and playing around the whole time, Cliff. I never knew you were at home studying too, getting those roles. You know, I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I juggled it. When I look back on everything, I wish I could have done it differently. The other thing that happens is you don't get a lot of guidance on how to handle money, on how to handle relatives, how to handle fame, how to handle the women that come at you, how to handle your family and juggle your kids and your family and your wife and make time for everything. There's not a lot of books that help you with that stuff, and there are not a lot of people that can give you the kind of guidance that you need before you become well known in this business. So I, like you, Mike, I just thank God that I'm still here and still in the game. But you know, it's a blessing, you know. And we're seeing during the pandemic that it's wreaking havoc on a lot of relationships, because, you know, all of us, not all of us, some of us come from homes where we didn't see, you know, loving marriages and communicated, you know, spouses that communicate with each other. And so it's a lot of issues that are coming to play during the pandemic. You wanna address that briefly, Mike, because I got to get off. But you know, and you and Tiffany gonna take over. But do you wanna address that a little?
Well, I tell you, you inspired me from listening to you just now. I'm gonna write a pamphlet, not a thick book, but a pamphlet called "How to Juggle Celebritism." You know, because like you said, we're not taught that. No one tells us how to do it, how to go about it, because most of the cases we don't even know if we're gonna make it to that. We be in here just trying to make it, and then some of us make it to the point where we become stars or celebrities. And once you're thrown in there, at least I haven't been fortunate enough to have people circle me and say, "Man, this is the way you go about it. This is the way you go about it." So it's like on your own, and then you want to do the right thing, but you don't really know what the right thing is. So you're doing it based on whatever values you began with. So it's a juggle, you know. And you really inspired me. I really want to write a little pamphlet called "How to Juggle Celebritism," you know. And I think that thing will sell like hotcakes.
Yes, it will. That's
But
deep though. That's deep though.
One of the things I want to do, and I'm gonna close with this. I want to go to SAG and really, because when ball players go into the NBA and NFL, they get workshops and a lot of things that they get to do to help them navigate through some of the minefields that they're gonna encounter. And I would love to take this model to SAG so that we can help entertainers, because just like you, Mike, you started in Venice Beach. You know, I didn't know you before Venice Beach, but you've done quite well. You know, I started out there in '89. I was, struggling as an actor. I remember in '93, my manager said, my manager agent at the same time said to me, do you want to be rich and make money? I was like, no, I just want to act. She's like, well, I want to make some money. And I just didn't understand it all. And when I started making money, I didn't understand how to manage money. And then I got caught up in a lifestyle. So, as people understand, almost 70% of the NBA players are broke within 7 years out of the league. Almost 90% are broke within 9 years out of the league. But they also, now some of the players are coming back teaching workshops on how to handle everything. And they have workshop programs for these young, ball players coming into the league, into football and basketball. And I think actors need that also. And I saw Snoop talking about, I think it was Snoop talking about, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I have the wrong person, maybe Dr. Dre or Snoop or somebody talking about, Master P talking about DMX, and maybe there should be a union for, entertainers like rappers and stuff, so they can build a pension and so that they can, live the second half of their life when the heat is not on them and the star is not as bright as it used to be, and they can be helped as they make their life into the twilight years. I think actors and entertainers, musicians, we all need that. You want to speak on that briefly, Mike?
We need something like that, but who's going to take the time to start it, and who's going to fund it? Because that would be a great thing to have. Because just like you said, just like in sports, when it's over, as we get older as actors, we get less and less roles. We become less and less popular unless we have cemented our stardom. And so they're always in Hollywood looking for the next new thing, the next young thing. I watch all the comedians who get a comedy background, they get some real energy. First thing they do is they put together comedy specials. But their comedy specials are always for the new comic, the up and comer, the veterans. We out here on our own, on the hustle and the struggle. So as you get older in our game, you become on your own. It would be really.
Oh, the sound went out.
Huh?
There we go.
I don't know where that sound keeps going, but it sounds stay with us, baby.
It would be really good if we had an organization like that, something where people knew that when they started to slow down with the business, they would have people who would help encourage them and do workshops and help them keep it going. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Right.
Well, listen, Mike, it's been great talking to you all. Tiffany, I love you dearly. I got to get off. I got to get a flight. I got to get home and get ready. I got to fly out in the morning. Of course, this COVID testing. I seem like
definitely thank you for coming in. What you all just shared, and even just that conversation, I'm sure that you all have helped a lot, kind of open up the eyes for some to what really happens behind the scenes when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to relationships, and really how to navigate those things. So, we're going to keep the conversation going. Thank you so much for tapping in. Do you have any projects coming up? Anything we should be looking for?
I'm trying to stay out the projects. So that's
I'll get a job soon. I'm moving back into the project.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that Section 8. I'm doing a series. I'm recurring on a series right now. I haven't talked about it. called Sacrifice with Paula starring Paula Patton and Richard Roundtree, some other Lamont Rucker, some other wonderful young actors. I don't know everybody's name because I just got involved with the project, but that should be coming out probably in the fall. You know, so I'm really excited about that. Of course, I'm thanking everybody for watching Saints and Sinners season 5.
Nice.
The show is on fire. Please continue to watch it. The next 3 or 4 episodes are going to be even more suspenseful and intriguing. And we want you all to make that a hit so we can bring back season 6 and then bring Michael on there to do some crazy stuff with Rex Fisher and me and Ella, Lady Ella, and the mother who's crazy as hell, and Che Trainee, my buddy out there. So other than that, man, I'm just, enjoying doing Sacrifice right now. And then I'm headed out to LA to do something with my man, Manny Haley. So I'm excited, to be working through the pandemic.
Be fantastic.
Yeah, thank you all so much for all the love. Michael Colyar, nothing but love, baby.
I love you, King. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tiffany, my little cousin Tiffany. Hey. You ain't about to tell nobody, I'm a little big cousin, but it's all good. I'm gonna come over and get a pot of green. Huh?
I said, look, that wasn't everybody's business.
You ain't want nobody in your business. But she didn't do the family thing. Say, "Oh, cousin, you got to come on." I like what she's doing, Mike. She's a beast with it. I told her she needs her own talk show. Break it down.
I'm working on it. Come
on, baby. We're right behind you. Hey, Mike, much love to you. Be safe out.
Thanks, sir. I love you.
Wear your mask, Tiffany. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all later. I love y'all.
Love you, brother.
So, you ready to get nasty? You ready to switch gears, Michael Colyar? Listen, hung like a horse.
Well, thank you for your show. I'm sorry when my sound goes off. It's people calling me through this phone.
Oh no, it's okay. I understand.
It throws the signal off a little bit, but it's all right. Right back on every time. Thank you, first of all, T. I didn't know you was Tiffany. Thank you, T. For the show.
I tried to say, hey, it's T.Graye for these niggas out here. Okay, now people don't need to know that. Listen, first of all,
right.
How you doing? I see you done shined up for me, changed your clothes.
Out of razor blades because I want to neaten everything up real trim for you nice, so I'm gonna have to run out of here and go to the store after my next meeting, which is at 7. And so I'll be nice and fresh when I start my show tomorrow morning. The Michael Colyar Morning Show, incidentally, people, if y'all don't know where to find me, just go to YouTube, put in The Michael Colyar Morning Show, and you'll see where all the wonderful noise is happening in the morning.
Amen. Amen. So let's get this thing going.
Hey, you invited me. How do we start?
Yes, it is Turn You Out Tuesday, you guys. For those of you who are just joining in, I had Clifton Powell in as a guest host. If you missed it, sorry for you. And I have Michael Colyar in the building. Turn You Out Tuesday. We're here to have a lot of fun, here to get nasty. Y'all already know what it is. He brought the chicken. The chicken gets all the play. Okay. Now, for you brothers who got the
chicken.
The chicken gets all the play. So in turning you out, that notion, that phrase is very big. It's something that people threw around a whole lot to describe their aunt or how they were going to take you to a new level and take you to a different place sexually. Do you really believe that that's a possibility? Do you think people still out here getting turned out?
Yeah, I think people getting turned out every day. My question is, when's the first time you got turned out?
Amen. So that's a damn good question. Oh, the first time I got turned. So I'm going to tell you all. Now, it was in my 30s. Mind you, I'm still in my 30s.
So you was ready.
I had a partner who definitely opened my eyes to who I really was sexually.
Mm.
And it was things about myself that I didn't know. And so once they opened up my eyes and then we began to dive into these things and into I'm into a particular fetish, when we began to dive into it, like it really not only did it open my mind, but it definitely opened up just my spirit and my willingness and just a lot of different things that I wouldn't necessarily normally even think about doing. I did. So I'm
Tell
34.
one of those things that you found out about yourself that you didn't know that helped turn you up and turn you out. What was one? Just give us one.
So I am into BDSM. You guys, I like being tied up. You know what I mean? Slapped around, hair pulled real hard.
What?
I like aggression, and I didn't know that I was so into it. But it definitely takes me to another mental place, and that's one thing about being turned out is you got to be willing to handle the responsibility that comes on the back end, whether you're the person being turned out or if you're doing the turning out. One, you have to be responsible for is there going to be some level of an emotional or mental connection afterward that you have to then contend with,
Mhm.
um, and then are you really ready in yourself to explore or to allow your limits to be pushed? When was
That's
the last time you had your limits pushed?
that was nice. You would ask that. Are you ready? Could you handle it? Because I would think if you're gonna allow yourself to be turned out, then you don't worry about the consequences. You go whole hog. You know,
Mm.
you just go all the way get turned out. And you live that. Haven't been turned out yet. I'm waiting.
Oh shit.
In fact, I ain't waiting. I'm seeking. I'm hoping. Turned
So that notion, I think a lot of people have the notion that, I've done everything. I've had
Well,
all
I do now.
these
After you said that last part, yes, I do. Go ahead.
it'll be it's like I've done everything. I've had everything. They get to a point where they may feel like there's nothing else to learn or there's no new experience to have. My challenge to that would then be if there's no new experience to have, then your sex life must be boring. So even in being older, even in having different partners, different experiences, there's nothing out there that you say, you know what, I still want to try that. Or I still want to bring this new thing into the bedroom. Is there anything out there like that that sparks your interest that might take you to a different intimacy level?
I don't know. I don't think I'd come on this show and reveal that. You know,
Mm,
no, my queen is watching this show right now. I'm not telling y'all
come
what
on,
that.
girl. Come on, Miss Kelly. I know you got some crystals, Miss Kelly. That kind of amplify some things now, Miss
I,
Kelly. Send me some crystals.
passionate, though I am a very passionate person, and I don't want to just have sex. I want to make love to the point where it becomes fucking. You know
Amen.
what I'm saying? People say, well, that's the difference in making love and fucking. Well, fucking is when the love making it get so good that shit splashing everywhere and you into it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is fucking is making love to the 10th degree. It's like love making but amped up. You've
Right.
already done all your emotional depth parts. You done went in deep and now you relax everything and do everything you want to do. You don't have restrictions or any of that because I mean when two people really love each other, as long as what they're doing to each other is not hurting each other,
Mhm.
unless they enjoy the pain. If they're not being hurt and they're consenting adults, there should be no limitations. You should be able to do
Right.
whatever little thing freak you off. And I tell you, a friend of mine named Michael C. about 114 years ago told me, he said, anything you can imagine, there's a freak for it. It's people that
Yes.
get off on plastic. It's people who can get off
Yes.
on a cigarette lighter. It's people, anything, peanut butter. People
Yes.
have fetishes for everything, and there's many fetishes as there are fingerprints, and
Mhm.
there's many different things, and a different thing is based on how you was raised, what things you thought about,
Mhm.
type of people you were around, type of things you saw, your environment. All those things come together to decide what turns you on. What makes you excited about it? You know what I'm saying? It's not a job. Well, I don't think I'm gonna go fuck. No, it's like I'm gonna go fuck.
Yeah.
It's got to excite you, it's got to tantalize you, So
Mhm.
otherwise, what's the point?
That's a fantastic question. That's a fantastic question. But believe it or not, a lot of people are at that point. There is no more excitement. It has become mundane. It's become scripted. They're doing the same positions every time. They're having sex on the same day of the week every time. And there's no excitement, or there's one partner pleased and the other one isn't. So even in talking about being turned out, would you know what it takes to turn you out? Would you
Yeah.
know what to ask for? Would you know what is this sexual plane that you want to reach? You know what I mean? I'm talking to the audience. I'm talking to the people who have reached a level of being mundane, of maybe there's some boredom there. Do you know what will take you out of your shell and push you to your next limit? That's an important thing to know about yourself.
Hmm. That's a good question. I mean, I certainly know. Um, but what are your audience? You got people writing in? I see little tiny writing that I can't read.
So every time someone comments, it does come up. But what do you think it would be to take you to another level?
Wouldn't
Now,
share,
you got, look, like how you got what, like 50 years in the game?
I wouldn't share that with y'all. I wouldn't tell y'all that part. That part for me is definitely personal. I wouldn't say that to you. I wouldn't let you know that, unless I was trying to get that from you. This woman just said communication.
Mhm.
That's really great, because everything is about communication and relationships, and based on how great your communication is, that's how great your relationship will be. So if you really could communicate on the right level, on a proper level, that tantalizes both of you and that opens both of you up and relaxes both of you, then there are no limitations where you can go. You can go anywhere, you can do everything, But most people are so bottled up inside
Yes.
that they won't open up and communicate. They won't tell their truth. They won't say what they really feel, what they really like, what they really need, And I'm talking about to their significant other. I mean, I ain't gonna say it to y'all in public, but I would be willing to say it to my significant other if she too was in a position, or a mental position to want to be open for that, But it is about the communication. It is about two people being able to trust each other enough to be able to open up and say, hey, this is what I really dig, and I'm willing to give you what you really dig, and if both people can say that, then you've hit ecstasy, then you've hit nirvana, But it's a very scary society, and everybody's really nervous about everything. So it's very rare when people can trust each other enough to say, hey, I'm just going to tell you how it is for me, how I feel. This is what my story is, because so many people are afraid of rejection. Oh, that's what you like? I'm not
Right.
I can't be with you anymore. And people always have that fear, So
there is definitely a lot of judgment that comes along with your sexual appetite. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes, to be honest with you guys, it's not, I feel like sex is not the place for judgment. Sex should be the place for acceptance, especially when you're with the right person, you're with your partner. Karen Livingston says spontaneous sex is the best. I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree that spontaneous sex isn't amazing. But I mean, sometimes if you have to schedule your sex life, I do feel like it takes a little bit away from it. I feel like it takes a little bit away from it, but it doesn't mean that it won't be good.
It don't mean it won't be good, but I think it takes a lot away from it. And for it to be good, you have to put more into it, because you scheduled it. It makes it almost robotic. It makes it almost like a task. It almost makes it like it's a job thing. I'll pencil you in. I'll pencil you in some dick. Hold up. I'm gonna get you some dick. What you want that Thursday? Hold on. I think I can get you that.
Yes.
Nah, I don't want that. I want spontaneity. I want the woman that I'm with to, for no reason at all, just take my dick out and suck it. But I ain't got to encourage you or romance you or tell you anything. You already love me. That's what I love. Just as a treat. Just stop and do your thing. And it is the type of thing that's going to shock me, surprise me, encourage me. Oh, I need to do something for her. I need to do more for her. You know what I'm saying? I want to wake up one morning because there's something on my face. Oh, damn, that's your coochie. You know, I mean, I'm surprised, but
Right.
that surprise is a passionate surprise, not because it's a gimmick or because, well, I know if I do this gimmick for him, he gonna feel it, but because she feels it too. Because she feels like, my man, I want to do this, you know? Yeah.
So that's one thing, actually, you guys, that has come up a lot from the men. A lot of men that have come
Wait,
on. I see Kelly said, now you
said, I been told you, quit lying.
Miss Kelly said she gonna put that thing on your face into Martin.
I like when I can't breathe. I'm sorry.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, one thing that a lot of men say, as far as being able to be intimate, that one thing that they notice is that the woman doesn't want to do certain acts. And then when the woman is not into it, it is then conveyed in what she does. So how do we as women, what do you think would be the best way for us to conquer that? Or what do you think a man should say to a woman if he realizes that, hey, you're not really into this?
I'm not clear on the question. Say it again. Say the question from beginning to end. What's the question?
So a lot of the men who come on here say that, especially, well, I'm going to use giving head as the example in reference to that the woman would do it, but you could tell that she really doesn't want to in her performance. You know what I mean? It's not pleasurable to her. She's not enjoying it. She's doing it. It's more of a chore that she wants. So what do you say to the woman in that instance?
What is it she won't do?
It could be any sexual act.
Okay.
Not that she won't, maybe that she will, but you can tell that there's no desire, there's no lust, there's no sensuality, no passion behind it. How do you navigate that as a man?
You know, I have no idea. You know, because once again, I'm still talking about communication, but a lot of times women who only do that reluctantly are not open for that communication. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, and they don't want to do that. And it's sort of like they're doing that as a favor, or they feel like they sort of do that for you because they think it's expected. But if their heart's not in it, it just don't work. If their heart ain't in it, you know, because I know how to masturbate. In fact, I'm very good at it. And so I would rather be with myself and be thoroughly joyful and free than be in a tentative sexual situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a woman who's acting, who's just going through the motions,
right?
That's really sort of a waste of time that makes me want to hurry up and be through so I can get back to my TV show. You know, probably a new episode of Law and Order coming on, something like that.
Oh, well, all right then. All right then. So when Clifton was on, he asked you about a lot of things relationship-wise in reference to entertainment, but then also about the lifestyle that you had. And you mentioned that you were a user for 23 years. Did that have an impact on your sex life?
It probably had yeah, I'm sure it had an impact because I had relationships with other people while I was married, and I think the addiction part of it gave me a freedom to do that. It made me think, oh, fuck it, I'm high. I'm just go do this. I'm gonna just go do that, and I mean, I sort of want to blame it on the devil. The devil made me do it,
Right.
Crack made me do it. But I'm certain that in my depth, it was something that I wanted to do anyway. And I used the crack as an excuse. I really am the believer that if you can get what you want at home, a man, he ain't going nowhere. Because men are basically lazy motherfuckers. We lazy. If we can get what we want at the house, you can't even put us out the fucking house. And people say, oh, that's not true. Look at all these different people who are great people whose husband cheated on. Look at Holly Berry. You know, she had 4 great men in her life, and all of them punched her in the face. Well, first you have to think about, what is it that she said? What did she say? Well, everybody punched her in the face. One of the most beautiful women in the world. Everybody? If everybody did it, then the common denominator is you. What are you saying? What are you doing? So I say, put it to the test, ladies. Put it to the test. Next time your man say he's going out with the boys, don't you be fussing. Oh, you always going out with the boys. Don't get on the phone. Yeah, girl. He going to hang out with the boys. You don't do none of that corny shit. What I want you to do is encourage him to have a good time. Say, oh, baby, I want you to have a good night. In fact, let me run your bath water. Run the bath water. Put some of that sweet stuff in there. Burn a candle. Maybe a little incense, you know. Roll in one of them fat cigarettes that don't have the writing on the side. You know, give him a cold glass of wine. Even come in, rock back a little. Then when he's in there soaking, I want you to go back in the bedroom. Make sure you got your best linen on, you know. Then I want you to slip into lingerie. See, lingerie is exciting shit. Because that's what we really want to go, not butt naked. Butt naked is that's the destination is over. We don't want to come to butt naked. We want to be tantalized, you know. So lingerie, have on your finest, sexiest lingerie, okay? Roll yourself on them cigarettes. Get your glass, wine, incense. Put on some soft music. And when he come out, that bathtub, drying off, I want you to be laying there like the sexiest buffet this motherfucker ever seen in his life. And when I say fuck him, I want you to fuck him so good that his feet grab the bottom of the bed and just straight to bed like that. And when you get through, see if that motherfucker go anywhere. He gonna be like, girl, give me that remote control. You play too much, girl. I'm saying, if you give a man what he want at his house 99.99999.99% of the time, he ain't going nowhere, because we're all seeking our destination. And our destination is joy. And our joy is in our center, and our center is within our being. And if all of that can be collective right in our home, why would we go outside where it's dangerous? Why would we go outside where it's unknown? When we can have the known right there. If I know I can get the kind of coochie I want at the house, the kind of head I want at the house, you know, the kind of rubbing and loving and kissing that I want at the house, why would I dare put it in danger by going somewhere else? That's idiocy.
So I once had a friend who caught her husband cheating.
Uh-oh.
It was the dynamic of the cheating that maybe she was a little bit taken aback by. So she caught the husband at a sex club.
Wow.
And he was walking a woman around. The woman was on all fours like a dog, and he was walking a woman around on a leash.
Okay.
And so my friend, of course, she's hurt, she's emotional, you know, she's, you know, going through it. But she said to her husband, why didn't you just tell me you wanted me to walk around here like a dog? I would have done that for you. You know what I mean? So when
did she make him feel like that though? Did she make him feel like I will do anything you want me to do? That I will walk around
ashamed to talk about what his fetish was. And so my question then was, why would you choose to spend your life with a person that you can't have that conversation with? Why would you choose to engage in a lifelong sexual relationship with a person that you can't say, hey, I like leashes. Every once in a while, I just want you to be a little fifi for me.
But that's way out, though, first of all. His fetish is way out. So it could be the fear that if he ever says that to a woman, he'll lose the woman. He may run into a woman that has all the other things he likes. And a lot of times, most humans are down with the settle. You know, we rather settle for something we know that's comfortable than take a chance on something that's dangerous. You know, a lot of people, that's all why you see a lot of abused wives, because a lot of people will stay with the terror they know. Instead of taking a chance on the unknown, on the terror they don't know. I mean, you know he gonna come home and beat her up. Then he gonna apologize and fuck her and buy her a watch. She knows that's gonna happen. But in the street, she don't know if that nigga gonna kill him. So gonna kill her. So people a lot of times go with what's settling, what's okay. They go along, they play the game because there's so many other wonderful traits that person have, and they wouldn't dare chance blowing what they have in that person by revealing who they really are to them. But I do believe that if they ever reveal who they really are to that person, they would probably be surprised, and the person would welcome it and say, okay, let's ride.
So, in getting back to the turnout, do you think being turned out could ever operate it could ever be in somebody's detriment?
Well, not if you allow them to turn you out. It couldn't be. But if you try to do the turnout and you don't turn them out, that's to your detriment. If he goes home to that lovely wife of 9 years who do everything else he likes, gives him good head, cooks the chicken just right, makes the bed, helps raise the kids, keep the house together, talks to him, laughs at his corny jokes, but then he wanted to put on a motherfucking harness and go on all fours, and she turned and say, motherfucker, you know what? This our last day. And you know he's not willing to take that kind of a chance, that kind of sacrifice. She might say, damn, I've been waiting the whole time to be fucked doggy style. Not just doggy style, but doggy style, daddy. She might, but it's a shot in the dark. That's a straight 50-50. And I don't know too many gamblers that gamble like that. You got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them.
Amen.
Let's be clear on one thing. I am an expert of comedy. I'm not a sex expert. So I'm just out here. I'm just saying to your viewers, I'm just out here saying what I think and feel at the time, but my shit might not be even anywhere near right.
It's okay if it's not near right, because in the grand scheme, we are all still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we have this notion that we know it all, we got it all, we had it all. 20 years from now, it's going to be some new shit going on we ain't never seen. 10 years from now, it's going to be some 5 years. So sex is definitely a thing that evolves. So I recently had Kenny Williams on, and we had gotten into sex toys because now they're making more things aimed toward men. And I know, women, we do these sex toy parties. We go to these things. We see all these dildos. We see, all these things. And very rarely do we see things that are made specifically for men. And adding things to the bedroom, do you think that there's any room for jealousy when you're adding a mechanism to the bedroom? Because some men have an issue with the female climaxing even harder, stronger, longer from the mechanism as opposed to the man. Do you think that that's a legitimate place for jealousy?
No, I think jealousy in that situation is insanity. I think either thing works for you or it does not. I would never like a male sex toy. I wouldn't want a sex toy for me. But I would enjoy sex toys for my woman if she enjoyed them. And to use them on her while I'm participating with her, that could be sexy stuff, but only if she too is down for it. Now she's doing it because she thinks it's something I like, so she's trying to go along. It has to be, the communication in sexuality in the bedroom, that's got to be pure. That's got to be, I'm all the way in, I'm all the way out. If you in for a penny, you in for a pound. If you in for any of it, you in for all.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So I think it is important to, when I spoke to you earlier on your show, if you guys missed it, I don't know what was wrong with y'all. Because first off, when I got on your show this morning, I wasn't expecting.
I'm sorry, I'm live on a show.
Oh,
I can't switch over. That's why I came on the show to tell you that. I love you. Bye. I'm sorry. I'm on a show, though, even if he's waiting.
He can't help you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. That happens all the time. I totally understand. But
I'm on a live show, so what am I supposed to do? I have to show him another time,
Yeah, it's okay. So I was on with you this morning. And I'm gonna tell you, when I came in, I wasn't expecting old boy with the lotion and he was tied up. He was ready.
Who had lotion and was tied up?
The guy with the dreads on your show this morning.
Oh. When you came on my show, E-Baby knew that you would come on and have sex talk. So he had on the handcuffs, he had lotion, he was, yeah. That was good.
I made the joke when I came on that, women, we love a guy that's prepared.
Mhm.
Preparation is very important when it comes to sex. And a lot of times people don't take the time to set the stage for a great sexual experience. When you were saying earlier, if your man goes out, this is what you do to make him stay at home. How important is it though for a man and for your psyche, for your woman to do those kinds of things, to set the stage and to show you that you're wanted in that way? How important is that for you as a man?
For her to set the stage is what?
For her to set the stage and let you know that you're wanted. For her to let you know that she wants you. For her to show you with her actions or in her service to you that she wants you. How important is that to your psyche as a man for your woman to show you those things?
I think that's incredibly important for our psyche, because we don't ever know. It's always an unknown for us whether that's what our woman really wants or not. So if our woman is clear that they want that they want to have that sexuality, they want this, I just don't, I don't think sex should be robotic or it should be dictated. I don't want people to tell me what to do or how to do it. And if I can't get it right, I shouldn't be doing it with them, but I'm totally distracted from the sexual act if I'm being instructed along the way, unless the instruction is instructed sexually, sensually. And I only got 2 more minutes and I got to leave too, because my next thing starts at 7.
And that's fine. I'll take your 2 minutes. That's fine. I'll take your 2 minutes. I love you to death. So let me say that in these 2 minutes.
Rosemary Smith threw up this question: what if your man loves your chicken more than he loves you? There's something wrong with your man. Time to switch out your man. But I have choked this chicken many a day. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So I did just want to say, while I have you on here, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You have always been a motivating tool for me from the day that I met you. If you all have watched my show or have gotten caught up, this is, I don't know what season I'm in, but Michael Colyar was on my show way in my very, very beginning. And we talked about what was most important about sex. We talked about great sex advice that he gave. And even from that day till now, you have continuously poured into me in the most positive of ways. I can always walk away from one of our conversations and I feel fantastic. I've learned something new. I've heard something new. You've shared something amazing. So thank you for that. Thank you for coming back on, doing this live with me. You put on your silky stuff for me. Got your thing. You look good, Kelly. He looked good over there, Kelly.
Kelly, I'm saving all this for you though, baby. Hurry back home. 5 days. I'm ready for it. Come see my baby.
And you sit on his face. Amen. Because he likes that. That's what he said. That's what he told you. He told everybody.
So much for having me on the show and having me on here with my uncle Clifton Powell. So cool. Your uncle too. And I just want to end by saying there is no taboo in the bedroom unless you create it, and you should only create it if it really hurts you, or if it really denigrates you, or if it psychologically oppresses or depresses you. Don't do that shit. But if it could be joyful, if it could be love, it could be light, if everybody could come, then you really should invest in that 100%, and if everybody can't come, you should start working on a new relationship. That's just my opinion.
There it is. That's going on a shirt. Everybody can come. That's going on a shirt.
That's okay.
Everybody can come.
About a minute, And if any of your fans are in Los Angeles, I
Mhm.
just want y'all to know that we're doing a big mural tour. This brother Mike Norris has painted 9 beautiful Africanic murals throughout our community, and we get on a bus. We're gonna visit all of them, talk about how they inspire us and how they can inspire a community to come together and lift itself up. Also, if you don't know about my morning show, y'all need to be following it every morning, Monday through Friday, hour and a half show. That's 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and put in the Michael Colyar Morning Show. And then every Wednesday, I do a superstar interview. This Wednesday, 6 p.m. on Instagram, I have Vanessa Bell Calloway. Me and her for 30 minutes chopping it up about acting and how she got to where she is and how does it affect her normal life. And all these things are wonderful and blessed gifts from God. So I want to say thank you very much. I'm very grateful you had me here. I love you, little sister. I didn't know your name was Tiffany. I love you, Tiff.
Look, everybody know. Everybody know now.
And people can follow me. You can follow me on my Cash App. That's $ Michael Colyar's Money. Or you can follow me on Instagram under Michael Colyar. I'll see you later.
All right, see you. Thank you so much. So, you guys, this has been a fun-filled evening. Okay. So the last 4 minutes, y'all just get all T.Graye. Y'all get all T.Graye. Y'all forget the fact that my cousin came through here and told y'all my name is Tiffany. Okay, y'all wipe that from your memory banks. But it has been fantastic. So I definitely want to thank my guest co-host, my cousin Clifton Powell, for coming through. That was fantastic. Their conversation was great. If you missed it, they talked entertainment and relationships and really how to navigate that. And those things are definitely hard. When you see people on stage, when you see people on screen, they give kind of energy. They give big energy, you guys. And so to have that same expectation that that person on screen or that person on stage is who you're going to get off stage, or operating in an insecure space and having a lot of jealousy. It's hard. It's hard, definitely, in the world of entertainment. So if you all are out there and that's what you're doing, if that's what you're dating, be mindful of what you're signing up for and be ready to really deal with it. And Turn You Out Tuesday. Thank you to my guest, Michael Colyar, for coming through for Turn You Out Tuesday. If you out here turning people out, let's just be real about it. Sometimes you could turn somebody out and they can go ape shit. Okay, when I say think about the responsibility of it, be prepared that if you are successful in taking this person to their next sexual plane, if you're not in a committed relationship, what have you, be mindful of those other ramifications that come behind it. Be mindful of the level of attachment. Be mindful of misplaced love. Be mindful of that yearning, that codependency. And then what if they become addicted to that? And you gotta cut it. What you gonna do? So it's a lot that comes behind it. We hear that term and we think, oh, it's ecstasy, it's pleasure, and I'm going to a new level. Be ready for what you ask for. Okay, be ready for what you ask for, be ready for what you dish out, because on the back end it can be some tumultuous times. It's unfortunate, but I'm just gonna be quite honest. I done turned out some niggas. Okay, I did. They still on my line 20, 30 years later. The fuck? That's what goes on when you turn niggas on. But I'm just messing with you guys. I want you all to make sure that you are right here. Next Tuesday, we're going to be live. Another dynamic guest in the building. I don't want to tell you who, but I'm telling y'all it's going to be a great show. If you want to keep up with me, make sure that you do follow me at the love below _ sex talk with T.Graye. Make sure that you hit up my website, www.sextalkwithtgraye.com. You can get some merch. You can see some of the things that I've done. You can definitely hit that request for sex advice. I do one-on-ones, and it's totally open, totally honest, totally confidential. Definitely want to help you all reach a deeper level of intimacy. That is the goal. That is the aim. The aim is to break down these barriers in the bedroom and really open up your mind, open up your eyes, and make sure that you all are not only just having fantastic sex, but having a lot of fun and a lot of laughs on the way. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I'll see you again right here next Tuesday, 9 p.m. WEMS Radio. This is Sex Talk with T.Graye. I see you all later. Bye-bye.